it's because of this. They are putting that fear. And they have the backup of 9/11. 9/11 happened, so they're constantly telling them. That's why the main line that they use when they talk about 9/11 is never forget. There's a reason for that. Because they're constantly reminding people that, listen, remember, these group of Muslims are the ones who killed all of these people. Your people, whites, Americans, Americans are the only ones who matter, according to what they've been telling them. The rest of the world, it's not really important. Middle East, not really important. Middle East is always at war. Why? They always have civil wars happening. They're always fighting against each other, according to what they're telling people in the West. Again, a whole misconception. So sometimes the journalists who work for them, the journalists are not the bad people. They sometimes have to follow a news agenda to be able to be part of, let's say, the corporation. If they want to stay in the corporation, they have to follow the news agenda. Sometimes they don't even know why they're following a certain news agenda, without saying too much. But there are certain senior journalists who then are able to say anything on television, and then it's taken as something that's true. So, for example, a story about beheaded babies came out when last year the Israel thing happened, and a journalist spoke about beheaded babies, which was untrue, completely untrue. The fact is that the journalist spoke about it, and then it went around. And then everyone started believing it. Though there was a cover-up, there was a story, a follow-up story that came out that it's not true. But the damage has been done. So how do you see then the other side of the party? How do you see the Muslims who are involved in all of these things? Then they constantly bring up the beheaded babies. So for example, so if you follow a journalist like Mehdi Hassan, is my favorite journalist. He created his own news organization, Zeteo, which, because he didn't want to follow their news agenda, because he didn't want to be biased. He didn't want to be part of the news propaganda. He wanted to have the freedom to speak what he needed to say and what is the truth, especially in the climate that we are in today. If we don't speak the truth, people are dying. There's a whole genocide happening. And the fact that we are all just watching it without anything happening is because they've been successful in embedding the hatred towards these people.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think because right now we live in the world of social media, people's eyes are opening. Because when you speak too many lies, eventually it comes out. Even in the media, people now don't believe completely what the Western media says, because they know there's a news agenda. They know there's a propaganda of some sort. They don't say openly that a certain group of people are dying. We need to do something about it.
It's very, very eye-opening information and what you shared. So social media is playing a bigger role now to confront maybe to this media agendas. And is it effective way? Like people are actually following more now social media than the mainstream media. So, but when you talk about the social media again, because social media is not regularized, not controlled by anyone. So sometimes you are getting some right information, but at the same time, some other agenda is working, which is again, you cannot judge what is right and what is wrong. So social media cannot be considered as an authentic all the time. However, people, yes, they have got some sort of awareness, and it depends on their own biases. Which one do they want to believe in? So at least this much they have. But setting up a mind through the social media war or the media. So is there any case, you talked mostly about how Muslims are being shown a negative side or negative picture of Muslims on the media, setting up a narrative, Islamic jihadist. Is there any example for you where you can see the same kind of things are happening for the West or any other religion or any other culture or nation or someone?